I'm Lauren Whitehurst. I'm a certified personal trainer and certified nutrition coach.
Hi, I'm Sunny Lippincott. I'm a certified professional life coach and a certified brain health professional. And together we make Whole Life Vitality.
We teach whole life vitality of the mind, body, and soul, bringing the physical, emotional, and spiritual together for whole life wellness. Welcome back, friends.
Welcome back.
Oh, so good to see you here today. Sunny and I are here and ready to have a good time.
We've already been having a good time.
Been having a good time. We've just been chatting up a storm over here. I wish we had the cameras rolling all morning.
I know.
Although, let's be fair, not everything's appropriate for all the ears.
Not when you're post 40.
Yeah.
With your best friend.
Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that. Sunny, you had quite the week last week. We recorded.
Yes.
And then you were like, it would be super fun.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I start every podcast with saying, we're here because of what we experience in life, and we just bring it to the podcast.
Yeah.
It's so true. So we live in South Alabama. For those of you who are new listeners and don't know, we're at the southern tip of the state by the Gulf of Mexico. We get hurricanes here, but let me tell you something. What they don't talk about is that we are one of the most rainiest places in the U.S. People don't know that about where we live.
Yep.
They think it's Seattle. We actually, Mobile gets like the most rainfall.
Yeah, we're only 15 miles from Mobile,
Yes.
and that is ranked one of the highest
Yes.
rainfall in all of America.
Yes. So we get storms, like little mini hurricanes all the time.
Yeah, it might
all
not
the
be
time.
it might not be named or categorized as a hurricane, but it is a storm.
All the
for
time.
sure.
So Friday, last week, I'm sitting at my kitchen table putting a puzzle together because I love doing that. And my two daughters are on the couch watching television. My son's, at practice, and my husband's still at work. And it starts to rain. And that's nothing new here. It rains all the time. I love the rain.
To the rain, yeah.
And so it's falling pretty good. I don't even pay attention.
Why
I
would
literally
you?
don't pay attention. All of a
Just
sudden,
another day.
out of nowhere, it sounded like this explosion right beside my head. It actually made me audibly scream.
Oh my
I
gosh.
screamed. And everything went black. The television shut off. The lights shut off. Everything powered off. We got struck by lightning. Now, I've had lightning hit close to a house before,
Sure.
and I've heard it pop before.
Yeah.
But this
I've
was...
definitely heard the popping, or like when it hits like an electrical box or
Yeah.
something like a mile away, and then all the houses in the neighborhood lose power. That's happened.
Yes. Well, this was a direct hit.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I'm sitting at my table, and probably 2 feet away from me, there was like a panel on the wall, like a light switch panel. It shot across the room, where apparently like the lightning came out.
Where it came out.
Yes.
What if someone had been sitting next
I
to that?
I don't know. There's so many what ifs that have crossed my
Yeah.
mind
Oh my
since that
gosh.
happened.
I don't know that I could let that one go. I think my brain would be spiraling with that one for a while.
It was terrifying. Okay. And I like bad weather. It soothes me. I fall asleep to storm sound on my sound machine.
Yes.
But this was because
Brutal.
my babies were home.
Yeah.
I mean, this was terrifying. So I had that shoot off the wall. Every TV in the home is fried. There's a hole in our roof, a lightning shaped hole, not a God shaped hole. There's a lightning shaped hole in my roof.
Like the size of a softball?
Yeah, it's a good little hole, right? It was
Oh my
almost right above where I was sitting, and in the vicinity of the home.
Sunny,
Yeah, it's a big deal.
had you been talking about somebody?
I'm telling you what.
Was Jesus trying to tell you something?
Ooh. And we have a generator at our home because, with hurricanes, we lose power when we
Yeah.
have a hurricane hit, And so the generator is fried. Our pool equipment is fried. Every charger in the home is fried. It would be a quicker list to tell you what wasn't affected from the lightning strike than
I was talking to Steven, my husband, about this, and he said once upon a time, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal because, like power goes out, you address, maybe your microwave or your dishwasher or whatever. But everything now is plugged in. Everything is digital.
Everything. And especially with us, because my husband is a little bit of a geek. He loves,
It's a good thing.
he loves technology,
his gadgets.
So this house, he put everything on, like he had it all where it could be controlled by our phones, like our lights, our fans, everything.
Which is really nice.
Which was nice until it gets struck by lightning. And then everything is fried. So I am not saying that to get a woe is me from, you guys, because poor little Sunny, losing her television. That's not what I'm here for.
But none of us want to lose our TVs.
But no one wants to lose our TVs.
Nobody actually wants all of their electronics to get fried in one go.
Yes. What I am saying is that because of this, I have been playing the what if game. Number one, we were not harmed.
Hallelujah.
My house did not catch on fire.
Yes.
I do not know how that did not happen because I had shingles on the ground. It should have. I don't know why it didn't.
Was there any flooding? Because it was still raining.
There was no flooding, but yes, there was
Like
raining.
not in the attic or anything?
No.
So what? Not enough damage to the roof for
Right.
it to come straight through.
According to my husband. I have not seen it myself.
You haven't climbed up on the roof of your 2-story house?
I have not
That's so
climbed
weird.
up on the roof. Me and heights, another thing. Well, another day is for another day. But I've been playing that, and I am safe. My kids are safe.
Yeah.
It could have been so much worse.
So much worse.
And so...
And insurance.
And we have insurance.
Right. Grateful for that too.
Very, very grateful for insurance. And all of this can be replaced.
Yes.
These are all things that can be replaced.
Yes. It really puts it into perspective.
It does. And I started thinking, because this is kind of a tool that I use in coaching. It's imagine a circle. Like you can draw a circle on a piece of paper.
Okay.
And you are in the circle.
In the very center?
In the very center,
Okay.
it is you. So we call this is your circle of control.
Oh. The whole circle? I get to control the whole circle?
Yes.
Okay.
This
all right.
is the good news. You get to control everything that's in that circle.
What gets to go in the circle, Sunny? Can I put a lot of stuff in the circle?
You sure can.
Yes.
In fact, I made you a list of what you can put inside your
Stop
circle
it.
of control.
Can I put my teenage daughter in the circle?
No, you may not. That, I'm glad you asked. Because everything outside of your circle, I want you to label. You can pause, get you a piece of paper, draw the circle, put you in the circle, and put control.
Okay.
Everything outside of the circle is your level of concern.
Oh.
Okay.
Wait, so I'm only allowed to be concerned?
You can
about my
care
daughter?
about that.
I do care
You
about
can
her.
care and have concern about the things outside of the circle, but you may not control them.
Okay. Okay, so what's allowed to go in the circle?
Okay. So inside your circle of control, your actions and reactions are inside the circle of control.
I do control those things.
Yes, you can absolutely. So, with your daughter, you may not control her actions and reactions,
I suppose that's true.
but you may control your actions and your reactions
That's the
to your
hard
daughter.
truth, isn't it?
With a lightning strike, I do not have the power. I am not an X-Man. I do not have the power to control weather.
Dang it.
I don't. But I can control.
Was it Thor, the Greek god who throws the lightning? Is
me. I don't even know.
I think that's Thor. I think. Maybe.
Sure. We're going to say yes.
know.
Someone correct us.
Yeah. I think so.
But what I can focus on is what I do now, my reactions to it, because it was very scary. And I told my friend, I said, it unlocked a new level of fear for me, because afterwards, we had a storm come in the next day, and I saw those dark clouds rolling in, and every part of me wanted to be scared of that.
So as someone who has overcome anxiety disorder, What did that trigger for you?
Man, I wanted to panic first.
Yeah.
I really did. And I didn't have everyone inside of the house at the time. You know, I had people out and I wanted to be like, hey, where are you?
Yeah.
Are you inside? And
I want to control everyone in this moment.
And, you know, she said to me, God is not the author of fear. And I said, you are correct on that. So I have a choice. I can choose to, from now on, let myself be terrified of every storm that rolls in.
Yep.
Or I can say, okay, that was a freak accident.
It happened.
It's a freak accident.
And sometimes things just happen.
And sometimes
there's
things
not
just
a reason.
happen. Yes.
It's not a pattern. Sometimes things just happen.
And what can I do in this situation? Well, now I know I have a healthy, it's not a fear. I'm calling it a healthy respect for lightning. So I'm not going to be one of those people that, hey, it's like you're watching a soccer game and there's lightning in the distance. It's fine. Y'all just keep playing. I'm going to say, hey, lightning is real.
Yeah.
Let's go inside. We all need to go inside.
Nature's intense.
Take it seriously.
Nature is intense.
I can choose to go overboard and freak out every time I see a lightning strike, or I can say, hey, what can I control? You know, what is out of my control? I can't control when lightning comes, but I can have a healthy respect for it. And let's get inside. Don't play outside when there's lightning. You know, don't go stand under a tree in a field. My house is in a field. Okay. You know, let's treat it with respect. And that's what I chose to do. I'm like, okay, you know what? I saw the storm come in and said, it's just a storm. It's a storm. We have them all the time.
Yep.
I can't control a storm.
And it's not even named. It wasn't a category anything.
It's
it was
not a storm.
just some rain.
But I'm inside. And that's what I told myself. I said what's true and what's within my control. I'm inside. I did call Aiden and my daughter. And I said, hey, where are you? She said, I'm almost home. I said, okay, well, that's fine. I didn't say, you need to pull over. No, she was on something. Okay, that's great.
Well, she's in a big metal box. Probably safer for her to get home than it is for her to hang out in the car anyway.
So that's, understanding that you have a choice in the matter. You can try to grasp at, I am in charge of this. No, you're not.
So what happens if we try to hold on real tight? Like if we just hold on so tight, we're squeezing. What happens? Because my hands are starting to hurt. I'm squeezing pretty tight.
Well, you hit the nail on the head when you said anxiety. You're going to feel anxious. You're going to feel overwhelmed.
Yep.
You're going to feel fear, depression, all of those things rising up inside of you.
Panic.
Exhaustion.
So much panic.
Yeah. That's where all of that comes from.
Yeah.
Controlling things that are outside of your control. Maybe you're concerned. I'm concerned about safety. But I can't control when a lightning strikes. So you do what you can, and then you trust.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So your thoughts and beliefs also within that circle. You get to choose your thoughts. And I know people will say, that's not true. Thoughts pop in my head all the time. Well, thoughts are influenced by what you are reading, by what you are listening to, by what you are watching. All of that is diet for your mind. Okay. So what goes in will come out, but you get to choose where your thoughts come and go. The thoughts that you believe, the thoughts that you accept as truth, and the thoughts that you discard as false. You get to choose those. Those are in your level of control, your circle of control.
I think it's the Headspace app. It's a meditation app. I used it for a long time and really enjoyed it. But as it's introducing you to meditation, and it's actually an analogy I've used a lot since then, it says, look at the thoughts that you see come into your mind as a road, as cars driving down the road. It's like, watch them come and then watch them go, because they will. They'll come and they'll go. But you're not a dog. You don't have to chase them.
Absolutely.
You can just watch them.
That's wonderful.
Come and then go.
That's wonderful. You see the blue car. Yeah. Wasn't that a song, Chasing Blue Cars?
You're like, I see it and it's there. And I'm like, oh no, there's a blue car. What am I going to do? Oh, it's gone now.
It's gone. Now the minute that you say, hey, that's my car, I'm going to get into it. You've accepted that thought as your truth. So you get to choose those. Those are also in your circle of control. Your habits and routines, also in your circle of control. Okay. You get to choose your habits and your routines.
What about traffic? Can I control the traffic?
Nope.
But it's part of my routine.
You can choose to get up earlier, get yourself ready, and give yourself enough time to either beat the traffic or sit in traffic where you don't stress out.
Okay.
So you can care. The traffic, if you are on your way to an appointment or work, the traffic can be in your concern. But you choose to leave early, to give yourself enough time, or to be patient and wait with a good attitude while you're sitting in the traffic.
You know what? I'm just gonna drop this one because it's that time, it's that season again. And I know a lot of people are talking about it, but what about elections?
Yeah.
Like there's so much controversy right now surrounding this upcoming election. And
Yes.
I feel like a lot of people think they can control a lot more than they can.
Yes.
And then get very worked up when they realize maybe it's outside of their control.
Yeah. That's great. That's a great question. And it should be your concern. That is in your level of concern. Okay. That's outside of the control. It's in your level of concern. You should be concerned about and care about your country.
But what if I'm so concerned that not everyone else will agree with me that I start to panic?
Well, yeah. Well, that's there. I'm right and you're wrong. Get on my bus.
Well,
and so understanding that, okay, listen, this is how I'm going to say it to myself. I care about the country. What can I do about it? So can I change who I have to vote for? No, I cannot. I cannot change. That is out of my circle of control. Okay?
Even if we might like to.
Yes, even if we would
you get
love
what you get
to.
And you don't throw a fit.
But what can I do about it? Well, here's the deal. I can research, the platforms. I can write down my beliefs and my values, and I can choose someone who best matches my beliefs and my values. I can choose to shut off all of the media and all of the negativity. I can choose to shut down conversations that make me uncomfortable. I can walk away from them. I can pray for my country. I can pray for those that are coming up in the election. I can vote for who I feel is the best candidate. Those are all things that are within my circle of control. Now,
sounds like you can control quite a bit there,
you
Sunny.
can control quite a bit that actually make you feel like you are doing something.
Yeah.
The out of control comes when I let media tell me what is and what isn't true. When I let my family member tell me what is and isn't true. When I let my friends or someone on the street or TikTok or Facebook or Instagram tell me what is and isn't true. When I'm letting someone else do the work for me, then I'm going to feel out of control.
Yep. Then you get whatever version of truth decide to give you.
It is. Absolutely. So even with something like that feels to a lot of U.S. citizens very out of control. Overwhelming. There are still things that you can do that will actually bring it back and give you a level of peace and comfort and understanding.
So to bring it back to your beautiful lightning strike here, your nature moment, how are you coping?
So I am actually, I was talking to you this morning. I'm feeling like I can do this. I can do this. I actually said to my husband last night, I said, it's the first things first.
Yep.
It feels overwhelming when you look at it as a whole, like there's so many things that are broken and messed up. And for a man, it's hard for him because he's taking care of us.
Oh my gosh.
And so it feels like there's so many things I've got to do, but
Sunny,
first things first.
it's your puzzle.
Yes, it's my puzzle.
You're going to do the edges and the corners first.
Yes. For me, it always goes back. That's how your brain feels very jumbled a lot, but it actually craves organization
and
of first things first. So all we have to do is make a list. And what is priority? What are the things that need to be fixed? Well, obviously, we've got a hole in my roof. We're going to call the roofer and we're going to get that taken care of first, because there's a rain shower coming all the time. So we just start at the top and we just make a list, and step by step, we're going to get through it. And I said, the thing is, it feels worse than it is.
Yes, it always does. Things are not what they feel.
Exactly. So what's in your circle of control? And what is out of your circle of control? And the best way to kind of go about that is to ask yourself, can I change this situation? If you want to know what is in and what is out of your circle, am I responsible? Am I responsible, or can I change this situation? Someone else, their happiness? Which one do you think that falls under?
I can control that, right?
Yeah.
I can control everyone's happiness, right?
Unfortunately, we put that in our circle of control. Do you know happiness, the only person's happiness that we can control is our own.
That's so hard.
It's so hard.
I know we've talked about Enneagram before. We have. So it's going to come up quite a bit, guys. But I'm an Enneagram 7 and I am the enthusiast. And if you are unhappy, I'm going to do my darndest to quote unquote make you happy. Mm-hmm. And let me tell you, with a sullen teenage daughter, that's a rough pill to swallow.
Well, yeah.
Because I can get pretty creative when it comes to making people smile or making people laugh. And regularly, it just comes with solid annoyance.
Yes.
What was it? In Inside Out 2 with the ennui character. Did you see that one? Ennui. And he's just sitting there like completely lounged on the couch and he's like, I have no feeling. What?
I remember that from Gilmore Girls.
Yeah.
Michelle had ennui.
Exactly. Yes, that. And I feel like that is what I get hit with a lot in return. But that's a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah.
I want to make everyone smile.
And you are allowed to be concerned for their happiness, but you cannot control it. Mm-hmm. You can't. The only person's happiness that you can actually control is your own. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of things that we're probably doing on a day-to-day basis that are outside of the control circle. Mm. And we're thinking that it's our responsibility. So happiness outside of your circle of control. Mm-hmm. So really assess, take an assessment today. Is there a coworker that is just driving you nuts? Think about what is in out of your circle of control. You can't change their personality. Maybe they're totally different than you. You cannot change their personality, but what you can do is change your actions and your reactions. You can pray for that person. You can set a boundary, You can speak kindly to them when they speak unkindly to you, all of those things are within your circle of control.
That's so interesting. I actually said to someone the other day, what was it? They came and they were all concerned about something and all worried about something. And I said, you don't need to worry about that. And then I said, actually, you know what? You can worry about whatever you want to. Worry about whatever you want to worry about. It's not necessary, but if it makes you feel good, you go for it. You worry about that as much as you want.
And spoiler, it doesn't make you feel good.
It doesn't make you feel good.
So, maybe a lot of people are going back to school and college right now. Maybe you have a teacher or professor that you are not jiving with and it feels like the end of the world to you. Again, that circle, draw a circle. What is within my circle of control in this situation? What can I do? Well, I can still continue to work hard and to show up, even though maybe we don't jive, we don't match.
Well, and how you show up makes all the difference.
All the difference.
Because if you show up to a conversation or an interaction thinking this is going to suck, it's probably going to suck.
100%.
But if you show up to it thinking this is going to be a great day and I'm going to just roll with whatever happens.
Yes.
it's probably going to be a great day.
See them as a person, as a human, that, man, there might be going through something, you know? So I'm going to be my best self. I'm going to show up and try to do my best, even though the circumstances aren't ideal. All those things within your circle, you know, maybe you have lost someone recently. And again, you don't get to control, you know, someone's time on this earth. But what can you control in that situation?
You're just taking away all the things.
All the things. What can you control? You can control, you know, whether you get up that day, whether you choose to go, take a step, put one step in front of the other, whether you choose to pray to God for strength that you don't have in the moment, whether you call that person, call someone and reach out and say, hey, I need some comfort today. I need some prayer today. Could you lift me up? I'm having a hard day. You know, I need support. Asking for help. That's within your circle of control. You know, reading the Bible, you know, drawing closer to the one who knows your pain and your grief so intimately. That's within your circle. In every situation, if you draw that circle and put yourself in the center of it, and the things inside that are actually things that you can do versus what's outside, what you cannot control, it helps you so clearly see the part that you can play. Because what happens is we feel out of control with everything that comes up most often. I can't do anything about that. How many times you've said that? I can't do anything about it. You can do more than you think you can.
Well, and they say anxiety is focused on the future, depression is focused on the past.
Yes.
But if you're sitting here in your circle of things that you can control, you're present.
You are present. You're present. You're taking action. And that is the greatest gift that you can give to yourself, is to take some form of action. So draw the circle. Draw yourself a circle. Put yourself in the center. Control. And then outside the circle is concern. So which is which? You know, where are you falling? Are you living outside the circle? Well, do an assessment. Are you anxious, depressed, sad, fearful, exhausted?
Anyone else feel called out?
You're probably living outside of the circle. So reel it in. You know, what can you do? What actions can you take today in whatever situation that you're in?
From a chronic micromanager over here, this is a hard pill to swallow, Sunny, but it's okay. We can do this. We are all in this together.
Well, from a perfectionist, you know, this is also very difficult, but we got it.
We got it. It's okay. We can do this.
We sure can.
We're all doing it. We got this. Thank you, Sunny. That was fantastic. We would love to see your circles, or if you have questions, drop them in the comments. Find us on all the social media platforms. You can find Whole Life Vitality anywhere. You can find our podcast anywhere where podcasts are streaming. And if you loved this, like, subscribe, share it with a friend.
Please.
We would love to grow our community here. So thanks so much for showing up today, friends. We'll see you next time.
Bye.